well, let's get that volume turned off there. Here we go. Click on that, and we can get this show on the road. Looks like we're going live on Facebook next. Bear with me here as I am rolling out the live feeds across the board here so that everybody can see me and get the logo. Okay, I believe we are everywhere. Here we go. All right, welcome. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. I don't know about you, but it's absolutely gorgeous down here in Texas. Never regretting moving to Texas. Let me tell you right now, the weather is a lot nicer than Michigan in the winter. Let me mute my phone because otherwise that will be going off. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's get this show on the road. If you have questions, comments, let me know. But don't forget, we're giving away... Ooh, my microphone just fell. There we go. We're giving away a Roku Premiere Plus and a ton of South by Southwest swag. So if you want to get some entered to win, let me adjust the camera because my head's kind of blocking that. Head over to corecardsnews.com. On the homepage, you will find a post about it. You can enter to win a Roku Premiere Plus some South by Southwest swag. It's a pretty good deal. Let me pull up my YouTube page so I can track the comments on this side. There we are. All right. Hello, For Life. So we are live in Facebook and YouTube. So hope everybody's having a great day. Not a ton of breaking news. We do have PlayStation Vue adding the MLB network. Sling TV recently also added Comcast Sports Networks and pretty much every Comcast Sports Network market. So check that out if you live in one of those. That's a pretty nice deal that they're adding there. Both of them are coming for free. Sling with the blue package for Comcast Sports and PlayStation Vue with the $35 and up plan. $45 if you're like me and are stuck in a market where they add $10. Yeah. What do I use for Wi-Fi and what is not as expensive as the same cable package? Well, for Wi-Fi, I'm using CenturyLink right now, DSL. And I bought my own Netgear router. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with Netgear products recently. So, highly recommend that. Check that out if you want a decent product. What is not as expensive as cable package? Are you talking about internet there? Or are you talking about TV? If you're looking at internet, my recommendation is shop around, especially if you have a DSL. Most people do. I find about 90% of Americans will have one or two options. Every couple years, I go back and forth, and I pick between cable and DSL, and I get the best deal that way. What do you use now for a maintenance tool on Kodi? Yeah, I don't use anything like that on Kodi. Sorry. I would like internet only. It's hard to tell you without knowing where you live. My recommendation, ask some of your neighbors what they use. If you're on, you're going to have to shop around. Because if you don't, you're going to get stuck with just a, if you don't shop around, you're never going to get the best deal. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody's asking me about Tiger Stream, and if I remember right, that's just a Android player with Kodi on it and a bunch of add-ons. And Google is taking its sweet time. Yeah, Tiger Stream is just another one of those Kodi boxes that charges you way too much money for piracy. So keep that all in mind. It is what it is. What are the chances that DirecTV Now is not on Roku on April 1st? They keep promising me by the end of the month. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but they promise it by the end of the month. When will Sling TV DVR come to Android tablets? I'm using it right now on Amazon Fire. If you're using the Amazon Fire, I was told, Simon, that you will be able to also use it on other devices. Basically, if you bought into that early access or you got in on the beta, all devices that support it, including Android now, I believe, will work it. You may have to go and hit an update on your Oh, go in your Android Google Play Store and update the device. Yeah, 4Life points out a great thing I was thinking about doing a post on too, but CVS Pharmacy, if you get a prescription there, they're going to give you a code for 45 days of free Hulu. Not a bad deal if you use them already for your prescriptions and you haven't tried Hulu yet. Hulu's improved a lot. And with Fox pulling their shows off from Netflix, Hulu's going to probably be one of the best options to get your Fox content, like Bob's Burgers and so on. And some stuff that's never been on Netflix, like The Simpsons. When will Google Fiber go nationwide, and is it worth it? Well, I'm not sure Google Fiber will ever be truly nationwide. It's very expensive to run cable. Though Google has been testing rolling out gigabyte Wi-Fi service. So they're kind of looking at the 5G market, and that's going to give you the same performance and speed, but wirelessly, and something instead of taking a year or two to set up, they can do in a couple months in a town. So check out Google. Keep an eye on Google Fiber. It's not dead. They're just kind of retooling that a little bit. Any info on DVR service for DirecTV Now? No, Mike. They kind of promise it's coming, but that's probably a long ways off. As an update, my free month of credit was applied to my first bicycle at DirecTV Now. Oh, good to hear that DirecTV Now is honoring their credits. So that's good to hear. I'm not sure if I saw the full backstory right there. Can you recommend a good TV antenna? A couple brands I'll recommend. The RCA Turk brand is a good one. Mohu has some really good paper thin antennas. So check those out. Turk, RCA, Antennas Direct is another good company. So there's about 3 companies to pick from there for antennas. I do recommend, though, before you buy an antenna, head over to antennarecommendations.com. That's antennarecommendations.com, all one word, and put your address in there. Figure out what you need for what kind of antenna, and then buy that antenna. The worst thing you can do is go just buy a random antenna and find out, oh, I really needed a roof-mounted antenna and I bought an inside antenna. Or buy an expensive roof-mounted antenna and find out all you needed was an indoor antenna. So go check out what you need before you go buy. I am brand new to cord cutting, says Dave, and I'm only 3 days into DirecTV Now. I use it to have Verizon. I used to have Verizon's Fios, and I feel like I'm missing sports and CBS. What should I do? Well, the first thing you should do, Dave, is get an antenna. CBS, from about 90% of Americans, are free over there. So just like I was telling everybody on YouTube, go to antennarecommendations.com, enter your address in there, and check that out. You may be surprised how many channels you can get for free with an antenna. Part 2 of sports is, it kind of depends on what service you want or what sport you want to follow. Sling TV, DirecTV Now, PlayStation View, they all offer great sports content. Fox Sports Go or Fox Sports, ESPN, Pac-12, Big Ten Network. They're scattered across the devices, and services. So check out which one's best for you. But if you have DirecTV Now, you should be getting a lot of the sports packages already. The only thing you may need to add is an antenna. The one thing about CBS, though, when it comes to college sports, they stream it for free. So March Madness, if it airs on CBS, it'll be streamed for free on their website. Hope that helps you. Let me know about antennas so we can maybe help you more there. How about all NFL games? Well, NFL is actually the easy one. Again, NFL, just get a antenna. Fox, NBC, and CBS are all there. Part 2 for ESPN. Sling TV is the cheapest way to get ESPN, but PlayStation View, DirecTV Now, and Sling TV all carry ESPN for Monday Night Football. So you're covered. Thursday Night Football, if you live in an area where you can't get over the air, you can check out like Sling TV, DirecTV Now, and so forth. They all offer locals in different markets, so you may need to see which one offers locals where you live, or if they do. They're getting better about that. They're rolling out more and more places. I think PlayStation View, about 90% of their subscribers, maybe 80%, now get CBS included with their base package. NFL is pretty easy. Antenna and a streaming service for ESPN. And NFL Network is now on those. And Twitter will stream Thursday Night Football games for free that air on NBC and CBS. So when it says you can buy movies online digitally from Amazon or other sources, does the movie download to the computer or are they stored on the server? PC Doctor, it's both. you can get ones that will download. Amazon and iTunes both will download to a phone or tablet to allow you to watch offline wherever you want to go. You can also stream it where you don't download it, you just stream it to your device. So both options are there. The download is pretty cool. Netflix does that now too. Hulu also does that. So if you know you're going on a plane trip or it's a long haul car trip, last year with my 3-year-old daughter, we drove from Michigan all the way down to Texas, and the downloading a bunch of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and so forth onto our Amazon tablet was a huge savior for that long 2.5-day car trip. And a review of ToastNot internet service seems to be pretty good pricing, but with no data caps. Yeah, Pete, ToastNet, I called around to a lot of different services like ToastNet, trying to pick one that I could get behind. And they responded, and I talked to some of the people at ToastNet. I've been very impressed with ToastNet. And I am willing to put my name on that and say I recommend ToastNet. So check that out if you think it's a good service. ToastNet is something you should check out. Basically, pretty much anywhere DSL or AT&T DSL or U-versus ToastNet's and about 90% of that. When do you think they will crack down on Kodi and illegal streaming? They're already doing that. Comcast and other places have been issuing a lot of copyright claims and pushing towards disconnecting people. In the UK and Canada, they're going after box sellers. I expect any day now in the United States that box sellers will be seeing their knocks on their door going after them. So I think they're already going after Kodi. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not Kodi, just let me be clear, but the third-party add-ons that people use. I think they're going to be going after those people and those box sellers that promote it as a free way to get all kinds of content. Mike, PlayStation View and Sling have been doing pretty good about 60 frames per second, but they pretty much only do it on sports channels, I find. What is your opinion on Chromecast? I'm not against Chromecast. I'm just not sure it's worth the money. For the same price, you can get Roku Express for the baseline. For the Chromecast Ultra, you can get a MyBox, which is also on Android TV with full Chromecast capabilities, but can do 4K, HDR, all kinds of other stuff. I just don't see a reason to get Chromecast when other devices will do everything it does and more for the same price point. So that's just my opinion on Chromecast. It's not bad. If it meets what you want, it's great. I just think that you can get more bang for your buck in other options. What do you think about Channel Pair? Channel Pair is great. Unfortunately, it's kind of been overrun with piracy. Channel Pair basically allows you to take any stream on the web and put it on your Roku device. Unfortunately, most of the repository are people putting piracy streams up. So kind of a little one of those things too that kind of got overrun by pirates. I haven't been getting 60 frames per second. Mike, you may want to look at your Wi-Fi network. If you go to corecarsnews.com, type in buffering. There's a post I have there that will guide you through like addressing some lag and buffering issues. It sounds like you may be getting poor Wi-Fi performance or internet performance to your streaming player, and that's affecting the quality of stream. David asks, when will DirecTV Now be on Roku? They say by the end of the month. They're still pushing that whole we'll be there by the end of the month. So keep the questions coming. I see a ton of people have come on now that we've been doing this for about 15 minutes. Don't forget, we're giving away a Roku Premiere and South by Southwest swag. Tonight is the last night to enter. You have until 11:59 Eastern, United States Eastern time, to enter and get in on that deal. And you can win swag from Amazon, HBO, and Netflix and Plex and more. So check that out. CoreCarsNews.com. There's a post right on the homepage where you can sign up for that. Doug, thank you for being there. We really appreciate having you there. Anthony, Fire TV will do 1080p. Just remember, the stream's got to be 1080p. And a lot of streaming services don't do that. And some will. Some will go in 4K. So just keep that in mind, though, that the streaming player will do it, but it also depends on what service you get. I don't have DirecTV. I have DirecTV Now. Video quality is better now. It looks 720p. They also have to work on the guide. It crashes all the time. Yeah, DirecTV Now is having some guide issues, and they say they are aware of them and they are working on them. In my opinion, Chromecast is the best way to get to your content to your TV. You don't have to worry about the remote. Gamer Boy, that may be good for you. You'll be amazed how many people get very frustrated with the Chromecast because it doesn't have a remote. If you're somebody who's been using a remote for your TV for 30, 40 years, suddenly you don't have one, that kind of becomes annoying. So I think it's kind of one of those personal opinions. It's all up to you. My main thing about the app with Chromecast is that the Roku Express is the same price and the MyBox are the same price as the higher end one. And it's kind of like, why get it? Because you can get everything on those other devices a lot cheaper, or for the same price but a lot more content. Is it still worth it to get a Roku One if I have an analog TV? No, David. Get the Roku Express, $30. Well worth the upgrade. Much faster performance than the Roku One to get the Express. Now everyone has a smartphone. That is true there. Chromecast requires a smartphone or tablet or a PC. You can use a PC. Radiosfy, Timothy, I just haven't used that. I'm not really a big music person. I listen to music, just I'm not a huge one. Much more of an Audible guy. If you want to talk about audiobooks, we can go on some podcasts. I'll be happy to talk about podcasts all day. What's your opinion on Pluto TV? I think it's a great alternative to cable. Yeah, Pluto TV is great. Free. Can't beat free. Good selection content. Some niche content there. Also a great way to just kind of turn on the TV and have something running in the background. A lot of people seem to like that. They just want some TV. I'm more, I leave the radio on, an audiobook, so on. But Pluto TV is a great service, and they do a really good job with what they do. I got a chance to talk with the creators of that a couple times. Nice guys, hardworking. Highly recommend you check out Pluto TV. It's on pretty much every platform out there. If they really want to hit box hours, take it off Amazon, eBay. Gary, funny you say that, because I actually had a great talk with the guys behind Kodi at CES in January. Really nice guys. They work really hard on that, and no one takes any money, which is really impressive. They build quite a product for everybody being volunteers. And they've been working aggressively with sellers like Amazon to pull those boxes off. And if you go there, I think you'd be surprised how much harder it is to find those fully loaded Kodi boxes. They've been pretty aggressive at taking them down. Have you tried Vudu's free movies? A really great source. Yeah, Vudu is a pretty good deal on the free movies now. Highly recommend you check it out. Yeah, I've been trying to see if I can get 1080p, but I was mostly in 1080p on DirecTV Now. Yeah, DirecTV Now has kind of downgraded a little bit of their quality a little bit to try to address some of the buffering issues they've been experiencing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that they got that continued to be improved. Keep your comments coming if you haven't. I'd love to hear from you. I got a new setup here, so saw a really good Amazon deal and kind of spoiled myself. Got a new third monitor here on clearance. It was only about $100 with shipping on one of those Amazon deals, same as my other ones. It's less than a third the price I paid for my first one a long time ago. But now everything's in a little different spot, and I really love it because I can do more. And when I'm writing a post, I can have the source document, the press release, whatever over here, and write it. I'm kind of trying to get used to where everything is. Robbie, you say, do you think Netflix is having, but then it stops? Can you let me know what the other half of that question is? Android TV is not a bad system at all. They really made huge improvements in the last year. I'm really happy with Android TV and what they've done with it. So, yeah, I would not have a problem for many people. I think Android TV is good, especially NVIDIA Shield with the fact that they added Amazon Video to it. Best Android TV box by far is the NVIDIA Shield. The MyBox isn't bad. It does suffer, the quality of the remote's not quite as good. The NVIDIA Shield is pretty pricey, so check that out. Robbie asks, do you think Netflix is having less and less non-Netflix made shows? And if so, do you think Hulu and Amazon will grow? Yes, I can guarantee you that Netflix is having fewer and fewer shows. They've made it very publicly that that's kind of where the things are going there, that there will be fewer and fewer non-Netflix owned shows. That about half the catalog in the future will be Netflix originals. I think some of it's competition. BBC pulled back a lot of their content from Netflix because they launched BritBox, so it's all on BritBox now. Fox pulled a bunch, will be pulling a bunch of their content April 1st. Is that because they're bringing it to Hulu? They have said that they're looking at maybe a CBS All Access type service. What's happening with Fox, we don't know right now. Not everything. I think Family Guy is staying, but American Dad, Bob's Burgers, X-Files, a whole bunch of other stuff. Even Buffy the Vampire Slayer is leaving right now, so keep an eye on all that. A lot's heading out. Try using the remote program on your phone if you don't like the remote it comes with. Yeah, the MyBox, it's not a bad option. It is good. My thing with it is I had some issues with 4K streaming. Got a little laggy, but maybe I need to give that a try again. In New Jersey, I can get either Comcast or Fios. Are those the only options I have for Wi-Fi? I don't live there. Unfortunately, I don't know. You're going to have to kind of call around where you live and find out. If Amazon subscription service get a few more networks, that'll be the perfect TV model. Amazon's doing pretty well with their Prime Video. If you haven't checked that out recently, in the last year, they've really improved Amazon Prime Video. And their channel service is a pretty good deal. So check that out. AT&T is still buying Time Warner. The deal hasn't closed. I'm not sure when or where that would be closing, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, new here. I have Charter and want to get rid of it. Watch a lot of home design and reality shows, but I'm completely out of the loop when it comes to what my options are. Any suggestions on where to start? Fran, go to CordCuttersNews.com. I'm going to shove a link there in the notes for you. There's a post called Cord Cutting 101. We got you covered. You can use a service like Sling TV and so forth to get networks like HGTV, the Travel Channel, and so forth. But I just posted right above your comment a link to a Cord Cutting 101. I'll put this on YouTube also. So check that out. That's a pretty sweet deal there. And it'll walk you through how to become a cord cutter. That's my suggestion where to start. Read through that, get started a little bit, then come back with some more questions. So I hope that helps you. All right, ton more people. Good traffic today. We got a couple hundred people here right now. Check out, if you haven't entered the giveaway yet, go to CordCuttersNews.com. There's a post right there. Today is the last day, 11:59 Eastern. The giveaway ends. You can win a Roku Premiere. You can win South by Southwest swag, like stuff from Netflix, Amazon, and HBO, Plex. So check that out. I have a video there. You can watch everything you get. And check it out if you want to enter to win a bunch of South by Southwest swag and be able to win a Roku Premiere Plus. That's what I'm looking for. Best setup for windy days where performance isn't affected. You're talking about an antenna there, Alan. Yeah, Timothy, I would say all these services you're suggesting to me, if they sound too good to be true, they probably are. And I would, if they promise you all kinds of free movies that are still in movie theaters and so on, or commercial free movies, it's probably too good to be true. Wind shouldn't affect your antenna too much if you got it on lockdown. Now, if there's a big heavy tree in front of you and the wind's blowing it just right to block the signal, that can happen sometimes. But wind shouldn't have a big issue with your antenna. I like the TV Guide portion of cable service. What is a similar to over-the-air TV service? If you really want an exact one-for-one copy, get a TiVo DVR. Channel Master is pretty good too. Tableau DVR, not exactly a one-to-one to your cable operator, but it's a pretty cool one with a lot of features. But TiVo and Channel Master are great options to get a replacement guide and everything for over-the-air TV for your antenna. And you get the DVR feature, which is win-win. What's the best DVR option? I'm a real fan of Tableau DVRs because I like the ability I put an antenna in the place that's best for the antenna, connected to my Tableau. It connects to my Wi-Fi and streams to all of my media devices, Fire TVs, Amazon, Apple TVs, Rokus, and so on. And I can even set it up to stream outside of my house, so when I'm traveling for work, I can watch TV at home. So I recommend you check that out. Best DVR, that's pretty good. Channel Master is number 2, and TiVo is number 3. I just think it's a little bit pricey, though they have a really good deal on their 500 gigabyte plan, TiVo Bolt. There's a pretty good deal there, but so check that out. HD Home Run, it's not a bad device. I'm not familiar with it using on cable because I don't review cable. David, my recommendation is don't cold shave, go all the way. You will thank me in the end that you became a cord cutter. Blair asks, what about over the internet TV for a traditional cable guide? On the Fire TV, PlayStation View's got a good one. DirecTV Now has a decent one on the Fire TV, and Apple. Roku, DirecTV Now we don't know what it is. Sling is not bad. It's not available in everything. It's a little bit different interface, and it may take you a little while to get used to. I always describe it like, hey, you're going from an iPhone to an Android or a PC to a Mac or back and forth. And it's all there. You just kind of got to learn, okay, this is where the settings are now. It takes you like a week and you'll be all at home. But if you want an absolute one-for-one copy, the first 2 I recommended will be where I go. The other thing for over-the-air TV, Roku TVs have a, it's not exact, but they have a bar across the bottom. Pluto TV, on a Roku TV, if you put your Pluto TV into on your Roku, it will give you a very similar cable TV guide with your over-the-air antenna TV. Was looking into Spectrum streaming app for local service. I also cannot get other channels, but service is not available in my area yet. Sean, are you saying you can't get an antenna? Let me know, because if a Spectrum is not available in your area, I can't help you with that. But if you're trying to get local channels and you're saying your antenna won't work, we may be able to help you with that. So keep the questions coming. 1 second. My apologies. Allergies have been just awful. OTA. Have you gone to like antenna recommendations, enter your address, and check to make sure you just don't need a different antenna? Past that, I started being a cord cutter with no over-the-air TV. I used Hulu as kind of replacement, next day and all that, and then I used NewsOn to watch my local news, watch ESPN with gave me ABC Sports. NBC and CBS often will stream sports for free on their website, so check that all out. Best indoor antenna, that's a tough one. Turk antennas, Antenna Direct, and Mohu antennas are my best top 3. If I had to give you 3 brands, those are the 3 I would get. So check that out. Roku streaming stick or Roku Express. Roku Express is definitely cheaper, and it's not bad. The Roku streaming stick is, excuse me, a little bit faster and will give you a little bit more performance. So I would go with the stick. It's not earth-shatteringly fast, but it is a little bit faster. It is $20 more though, so keep that in mind. Take care, my people. Thank you, Trooper. Good luck. I'm assuming you're heading out. Take care. Anything from Air TV? No, they keep promising an update is on its way, so I'm sure they're working on that. I think somebody posted that some tech support person told them that, hey, we rolled something out, we found a glitch, we took it back out, and we're fixing that. Early call often, yes. And the UP of Michigan, totally no over there. Yeah, Sean, what you need to look at is like Hulu and NewsOn and streaming services like that to replace it. A Sling TV subscription will give you ABC games. Number 2 is why live in the UP of Michigan? I grew up in Michigan. I'm just kidding. You can move, but sorry, yeah. Sometimes in rural areas like the UP of Michigan, guess what? You're just out of luck. It just is what it is. You live in a rural area, and that's cool. And unfortunately, though, it is what it is. So I've been looking over the window because I'm waiting for my wife to get home because my daughter is out here. I keep hoping she's not going to come in. But she's good. She's got her tablet. I can hear her and she knows where I am. But now my wife's home, so I don't have to worry about that BBC guide type experience where my daughter comes wandering in and wanting me. What's the future of TiVo now that they sold out? Well, I don't think TiVo is sold out, but I don't think we have a clear idea what the future of TiVo holds 5 years from now. Come back. We'll see what happens in the future of TiVo. I need OTA for weather. I don't understand why Sling or DirecTV Now can't offer locals. The reason they can't offer locals is contractual and FCC. It's a combination of a lot of things there. David, go to antennarecommendations.com. That's antennarecommendations.com. All one word. And your address. It's super easy to understand. And you can do it. Bill, that is correct that ESPN3 offers live streams, but you need an ISP that gives you that benefit. Some do and some don't. So you can't not everybody will get access to ESPN if they don't pay for cable. ESPN3. No, I'm not a Uper. I'm a lower West Michigan guy, born and raised. Will you be reviewing the Amazon Fire TVs? Yes, I actually have seen the Fire TVs. I played with the Fire TVs already. I did at CES. They said they're going to send me a review unit. We'll see if that actually happens. The guy who told me that never did respond to my email follow-up, but he did say it wouldn't be for some time. So hopefully I'll have a full review. If I have to buy it, I'll buy it. But I'm hoping to get a review before it goes live so you can know what to think of it before it even comes out. But I'll be honest, what I saw at CES wasn't all that impressive. But at the same time, they kept saying every 5 minutes, well, this is a pre-production model, not exactly how it will be in the final production version. So yeah, well, I'm gonna keep an open mind on that because that happens a lot. A lot of times they'll display something at CES, it'll be like, yeah, it's working, but it's not really working. So don't take this as a example. So that happens. When will PlayStation Vue come to Sony Blu-ray players? Who knows? They took forever to come to Android TV, and Android TV powered Sony TVs for almost a year before they came to Android TV. I remember talking to the people behind the Sony TVs after they announced that we're on Android TV, and I asked them like, "Hey, are you going to be getting PlayStation Vue?" And their response was, "We hope to." Sony's such a big company that the people who work on the DVD side have nothing to do with people who on the other side. Bill, that's not an issue with antenna recommendations. That's just the fact that that station you're talking about hasn't updated their listing yet on the FCC database. Once they update it in the FCC database, it'll appear on that site. So when it will come to Sony Blu-ray players, who knows? It may never come. That's the problem with Blu-ray players and smart TVs. They don't often update them because once you buy them, there's not a lot of money. There's not a lot of money to be made off that, so they don't see a reason to go spend money on investing on it. Glenn, thank you. I hope you guys enjoy this. Hopefully I can help a lot of people get their questions answered and learn to get more out of their cord cutting experience. Thinking of buying a Tableau. Are the current models recommended, or do they have new generation coming out? Now, that's a tough question because, yes, they have new Tableau DVRs coming out, but the current models are not going anywhere. They're going to stay. They're kind of having other peripherals, like a USB stick to plug it into like an Android TV box or a PC. My recommendation, though, is those boxes that they're selling now are kind of the top of the line one out there right now. So I would get that. I played with the other ones a little bit, and they're cool if you get that little niche market, but I don't see a reason to wait if you really want a Tableau DVR. What do you think of Clearstream antenna? I'm blanking on the Clearstream antenna. Let me go. I've heard that name. Oh yeah, you talking about the V4 and the 2V, 4V? I have a 4V in the attic with a Sky from Mohu, and I think it's very good. The thing about the 4V that's got a little bit on the Mohu antenna, there's two areas. 4V is much more of a directional antenna. It's going, if you want to get that tower way out there. If you live in an area where antennas or transmitters are all around you, the Sky antenna is actually a little bit better. So where you live is kind of depending on where you are. because the Sky antenna kind of does a better job picking up all around it. The 4V does a little bit of better job being like, I really need this one transmitter. Why don't any streaming services have CW? Because CBS is extraordinarily hard to work with, and CBS is trying to hold on to that. Good news about CW is it's all free the next day on their app. Is it possible to have an antenna in the basement? Yes, Bradley, but you will likely see reduced performance. But you can give it a try. See what happens for you. Questions, comments, keep them coming going. But again, we got about 100 some people here. Again, a lot of new faces popping in. We are giving away a Roku Premiere and South by Southwest swag. Visit courtcarsnews.com. There's a post right on the homepage. It's a couple down from the top to help you get into that. Again, courtcarsnews.com, Roku Premiere, swag from Netflix, Amazon, and HBO. Have you heard anything about downloading free movies from Reddit? Okay, yeah. Probably piracy. Just remember, sounds too good to be true. It probably is. Why Sony, with Crackle? I don't know what the future of Crackle holds right now. They're losing their Jerry Seinfeld exclusive. He's going to Netflix later this year. I think it's late this year. Don't count me on the date. I don't really know where Crackle's going, but they're still working on it. They're putting a lot of new content into Crackle, and don't count Crackle out. They got access to a pretty big collection of stuff out there. Free versus paid, always remember two things. A, you get what you pay for. B, if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably piracy. So questions, comments, I got about 10 more minutes. We're going to have to cut this one about 10 minutes early today, unfortunately. I got a big event tomorrow to be at, and I got some stuff I got to do to get ready for that. So unfortunately, I got to cut this about 10 minutes. So 10 more minutes of questions. Keep them coming. Great to see so many people here. I really appreciate all your support of Court Cars News. Without you guys and girls, we just wouldn't be anything without you. So check it out, courtcarsnews.com. I see a lot of people have been sharing us on Twitter and Facebook and so forth. If you're watching this on one of the shared links on Facebook, I'm only looking for questions on our YouTube page, youtube.com/courtcarsnews, and facebook.com/courtcarsnews. Those are the two places I'm looking. Often the stream gets shared places in other groups, and it's great you're watching it, but I won't see your comment there. Do you think YouTube TV or Hulu Live will outdo Sling? I'm a little less excited about YouTube Live. I think they're making a mistake by going mobile first and not supporting Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV out the gate. When I look at our results here, about 80% of our readers are using one of those devices. So kind of pushing people towards the Chromecast and mobile. I think that's going to hurt YouTube TV. Hulu TV, I need to learn a little bit more about, but I'm cautiously optimistic about what we're going to see from Hulu TV. Can I recommend any TV guide? Titan TV. Go to Titan, just Google Titan TV. And that's a good TV guide right there to use. Speaking of Crackle, are they down with Sports Jeopardy? I believe they got more coming out, but don't count me on that. I'll look into that. That's a good question. What's happening with Sports Jeopardy? What mic am I using? This is an Ars Technica where I've accidentally bashed in the top of this. I apologize. But it's actually a USB microphone that plugs directly into the computer and does a really good job. I do some radio interviews with Clear Channel Radio and other places, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. Ars Technica, just Google or Amazon is where I got it. Ars Technica USB, and I'm pretty impressed with it. DirecTV Now on Roku. Yeah, they say by the end of the month. We'll see if it happens or not. Is DirecTV Now Apple TV deal worth it? Yeah, David, basically you get a free Apple TV, and you get it cheap. So if you prepay 3 months, works out like $109 for the $35 plan. My math is, $105. I don't know where my math is today. And the typical Apple TV goes for $140, $149, depending on where you buy it right now. So that's a pretty good deal. Anywhere from 30 some to 40 some dollar savings. Even if you don't want the DirecTV Now part, if you want a free Apple TV, it's not a bad deal. So check that out. All right, keep the questions coming. Again, I got about, let's say 5-10 minutes. See how many questions I get. So, while we wait for questions, anybody remember the day and time where they were trying to like embed monitors on the desk? Where it'd be like below your desk, you could still use all your desk, but the monitor would sit underneath the desk. Anybody remember those? When I was in high school back in the 90s, I installed office furniture for a summer job. You used to install those everywhere. And now I got 3 monitors all up here. I can't imagine working like this all day, staring down at the monitors. I don't know what made me think of that today, but whoever thought it was a good idea to be typing like this all day, maybe that's back when they thought that computers wouldn't be used that much. HD home run. 1 second. Let me cough real quick. Excuse me. Allergies are really bad today. HD home run's not bad. It does take somebody who's a little bit more technically savvy than I think a lot of people are. I get a lot of requests for help with that. I do have some issues with it. Read the reviews, know what you're getting into, be well aware of what you're buying. It used to be that Netflix would be a single service with most of the shows that could be streamed for $7.99. Now they're $9.99 and losing a lot of content. Larry, that's kind of a round issue because they're adding a lot more content. They're doing a good job of bringing a lot of content to the service. They get the Disney deal and others. They're bringing more blockbuster, major in stuff, but they are losing a lot of legacy content. If you like their originals, Netflix is bringing some very high quality originals. Now, everything's going to be what you enjoy, but there are some arguments that some of the best TV on TV right now is on Netflix. So, is it worth it to you? Do they have what you want? Yes, no. For me, they still do. I still find a lot I like there. But I will say, Hulu, if you don't like Netflix, you may want to check out Hulu. They've been doing a pretty good job at bringing stuff in. Bloomberg saying Cord Carter is breaking the internet. Can you send me a link to that, Carlos? I saw the CNBC one, and I'm going to respond to that one tomorrow. I didn't see that Bloomberg one, so send me a link here if you could, please. I'd love to see that. That sounds interesting. We're breaking the internet. It's a series of tubes, and we're clogging the tubes up. Is that it? Anybody remember who said that? A series of tubes? Trivia moment here. Let's see if anybody gets that. Series of tubes. It was a classic moment when that happened in our government. Do you know if the Apple TV is going to release a 4K? Rumor is that yes, Apple is working on a 4K TV, but it's not expected to be released until this fall, maybe this winter. So not anytime soon. I wouldn't be waiting for it. Tough part, if they wait all the way to the end of the year, by the time that comes out, and it's rumored not to have HDR, it's kind of like, we finally get 4K, but now everybody's on HDR. It's going to be one of those things where it's so far behind again. Carlos, did you find a link at all? Let me know. I'd love to see it. I'll do some Googling tonight if I get time, or tomorrow. Do you think once you're able to put Kodi on the Xbox One, do you think it'd be a better deal than NVIDIA Shield TV? Man, I can't imagine any better performance on it. And the price would be a lot more. So, probably not. If you're a hardcore gamer, sure. Ted Stevens, yep. Somebody Googled it. Brad, I think you Googled that. Actually, was it Ted Stevens? Was it? Yeah, now I gotta Google it. Yeah, it was Ted Stevens. I don't know why I thought it was Ted something else. I don't know why I thought his last name was different. So Roku doing a redo their tools so that the OS can have nice apps like Apple TV. Roku has done a lot to upgrade the thing. They're announcing another major upgrade coming out soon. So I think, it's not so much that it needs to be nicer. I just think the app developers need to spend more time on it. Does Roku PlayStation View run 30 or 60? It runs 60. 60 frames per second. I think PlayStation View is pretty much 60 frames per second on every one of the major devices, Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. All right, last couple questions. Let's get them in real quick. You know, I think Tableau has a sale going right now on Amazon for the 4 tuner model. Check that out. 4 tuner model of Tableau right now. I like the full OS. You flash the shield app. You know, HD home run is great if you're very technical. You know, you got to get in there, mess with your ports a little bit. One of my main things about the HD home run, and it's been about a year since I tested it, but I didn't like the fact that it had to be hardwired in. You can't connect the device to Wi-Fi. You've got to go Ethernet. And often where you want your antenna is not always where your router is. So that was a major holdup for me. They've gotten a lot better than since I did my first review where I only gave it 2 stars. I think the setup process wasn't quite as intuitive as it should have been. So it's not a bad device. I just think if you're not a very technical person, you're going to struggle a bit with the HD home run. Well, great, Bradley. I'm happy to hear that you're helping people in Walmart buy Rokus. And thank you for recommending my site. Really appreciate everybody who tells anybody. And yeah, if you want to support the site, patreon.com/scorecardsnews, drop $1, but just tell somebody. You know, not necessarily on this video, because a lot of people who do this want to say this, but just on a random post, rather on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, just hit the like button. It really does help. There's a weird algorithm that will allow you, that how many people like the thing will affect how many people see that post. For life, the CW app is not working. Try uninstalling the CW app on your Apple TV and reinstalling it. I find that often fix that issue for Apple TVs. All right, I need to call it a day. Unfortunately, I have a big event tomorrow, a lot of work, a personal event and work tomorrow. And electrician's coming to fix the plug on the side of the house for the internet service. So got a busy day. So I'm going to have to roll this up early, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Check back next Wednesday. I'll promise to try to be doing a full show next week. Apologize for cutting it off about 10 minutes early. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you're having a good day. Take care, and thank you greatly for your support. Good luck, everybody. See you next week.